Venezuela twin quakes toll climbs to 589, thousands missing, U.S. temporarily lifts sanctions on Caracas. Venezuela's interim president Delcy Rodriguez said on Friday that the death toll from the devastating earthquakes in the country has risen to 589, while 2,980 people have been injured. She also announced the militarization of La Guaira, the worst affected province. "We are going to rescue the people who are trapped," she said, adding, "We are working tirelessly on this task." Rodriguez said dozens of people have been rescued alive. "It brings us joy that they can embrace their families and loved ones," she said. "There have been 214 aftershocks so far. This demonstrates and reflects the seismic activity in our territory," she said, adding that the worst-hit state of La Guaira will be militarized to help the emergency response. Rodriguez thanked countries for their assistance, saying foreign rescue teams had been deployed across different affected regions. Government website lists 50,000 as missing. Meanwhile, authorities warned that hundreds of people remain trapped or missing. A government website set up to report missing persons had listed around 50,000 unaccounted for individuals by Friday morning. The 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude earthquakes struck around 160 kilometers west of Caracas on Wednesday evening during a public holiday. The U.S. Geological Survey has estimated that the death toll could exceed 10,000. Before this disaster, the deadliest earthquake struck Venezuela in 1967, claiming 240 lives. La Guaira, the coastal region north of Caracas, was the worst affected by Wednesday's twin earthquakes and has been declared a disaster zone, with at least 100 buildings collapsed, including high-rise apartment blocks. Residents continued searching for survivors with their bare hands and basic tools amid complaints about the lack of heavy rescue equipment. The United Nations Migration Agency estimates that nearly 7 million people could be affected and has begun supplying emergency shelters and relief materials. The Caracas Stock Exchange remained closed after being converted into an aid collection center. Despite the widespread destruction, foreign energy companies said operations in Venezuela's vital oil sector had not suffered major disruptions, with key infrastructure largely spared. U.S. temporarily lifts sanctions on Venezuela. Meanwhile, the U.S. Treasury Department has temporarily removed sanctions on Venezuela. This will enable the Venezuelan government to make temporary transactions for earthquake relief, which would not be possible otherwise due to economic sanctions in place. This exemption will be in place until 23 October, said the New York Times report.